Go ahead, try it right now. Poke your ribs, graze your armpit, drag a finger across your foot. You probably feel a little pressure, maybe a mild sensation, but that breathless, desperate, uncontrollable laughter is nowhere to be found. Yet, the moment someone else does the exact same thing to you, you squirm, you scream, and you beg them to stop. It is the exact same location, the exact same pressure, the exact same physical touch, but the result is completely different. Your inability to make yourself laugh here is a direct window into how your brain actively edits your reality. Biology splits tickling into two distinct reactions. The first is called nysmesis. This is a light, feathery sensation, like a bug crawling across your skin. It doesn't make you laugh. It causes mild irritation and makes you want to brush whatever it is away. The second is gargalesis. This is the heavy, rhythmic pressure on your ribs or neck that triggers a physical fit of laughter. And it is strictly impossible to self-inflict. Explaining why gargalesis requires another person requires viewing the human brain as a predictive machine rather than a reactive organ. Every millisecond of your life, your nervous system is bombarded by millions of physical data points. If your brain tried to process every single sensation from scratch as it happened, it would be overwhelmed instantly. To prevent this, it runs constant simulations, predicting what you are going to feel before you actually feel it. The command center for this operation is a structure at the base of your skull called the cerebellum. Whenever you move your own body, the cerebellum sends a signal ahead of time, mapping out exactly what that movement is going to feel like. When your hand touches an object, the physical sensation travels up your nervous system. But if that sensation matches the cerebellum simulation, the brain intercepts the incoming data and neutralizes it. It actively cancels the signal before it reaches your sensory cortex. This is exactly what happens when you reach for your own ribs. Your cerebellum maps your hand's trajectory, anticipates the exact pressure of your fingers, and decides to ignore the touch before you even make contact. This reveals a core survival protocol. Expected sensations are universally marked as safe, and your nervous system suppresses them. But when a stranger reaches out to touch you, your cerebellum is blind. It has no access to their motor signals, meaning it cannot predict their timing, their location, or the weight of their hands. Look closely at the specific places on your body that are the most sensitive to that surprise touch: your neck, your armpits, your ribs, the soles of your feet. These are the locations of your carotid arteries, your vital organs, and dense clusters of major blood vessels and nerves. These are the exact physical coordinates a predator naturally targets. An unpredicted touch in these highly vulnerable zones bypasses your brain's prediction filter. It sounds a biological alarm, instantly activating your threat detection circuitry, which raises an obvious question. If your brain thinks you're under attack, why do you laugh? Brain scans show that tickle-induced laughter originates in the hypothalamus, the same region that manages pain and panic. The laughter acts as an involuntary defense mechanism, a social signal broadcasted to whoever is touching you to communicate that this is play rather than actual combat. The ticklish response is a biological panic alarm wearing the mask of laughter. We know this prediction system is the culprit because scientists have figured out how to trick it. In clinical experiments, researchers set up a mechanical arm connected to a lever controlled by the test subject. This timeline graphic shows the brain's prediction window. When researchers introduced a microscopic delay of just 200 milliseconds between the subject moving the lever and the robotic arm touching their skin, the physical sensation arrives a fraction of a second later. The prediction window has already closed, and for the first time, the subjects felt their own touch as genuinely ticklish. We see this confirmed in neurology, too. Many individuals with schizophrenia can successfully tickle themselves. The condition creates a disruption in how the brain tracks its self-generated movements, causing the patient's own touch to register as a complete surprise. The only way to experience your own touch as ticklish is if your nervous system loses the ability to recognize your physical actions as your own. Every second of every day, your brain is performing a monumental sorting operation. It is taking the entire physical universe and aggressively dividing it into two strict categories: self and other. The actions that originate from inside you are simulated, controlled, and quieted down. But the actions that come from the outside world are inherently unpredictable,
meaning they must be felt at full intensity. That mundane inability to tickle your own ribs provides the clearest, most constant proof of this complex sorting system at work. It is a relentless, unbroken calculation happening entirely beneath your conscious awareness, continuously guarding the perimeter of your body. The biological quirk that stops you from laughing at your own touch is the exact mechanism proving your brain knows precisely where you end and where the rest of the universe begins.